making out underneath the bleachers. You're a charm, you're a lover. I got some handcuffs hiding in the cupboard. Keep it on the down low. They got me doing origami in the pawn shop. Keep it on the down low.
Yo, what's going on? It's Mike from 424recording.com, and in tonight's live stream, we're going to be talking about the Cassette Chain project, hanging out, answering some questions, and just wanted to let you guys know I'm going to be revamping the Patreon, and I kind of want to get some feedback on that, and just like, different types of rewards and such, and I don't know. I think we got a lot to chat about. I'm going to be going until about 9 tonight, about an hour. And then I got some other stuff I got to do. So let's hang. This is your first live stream. Thank you for coming out tonight. I'm still just like getting the hang of this. I figured I'm going to just stream for like, I don't know why, just like a week in a row, 7 days in a week, 7 days in a row. So tonight's the fifth night in a row, or the fifth day in a row I've done this. If you haven't caught the other ones, they're all on the channel page under the streaming playlist. And at some point I'm going to have to go back through those and make like a highlight reel or make some videos that are just like certain conversations we had, because there's certain things in there that I really enjoyed talking about with you guys, and you guys all answer a lot of, you guys all ask a lot of great questions, and there's a lot of valuable info, so I'm gonna have to go back through those and find some stuff. So don't worry if you missed the other live streams. I'm still trying, like I said, I'm still getting the hang of this. I'm still working out some technical things on my end. I'm still figuring out, computer stuff, and my computer is currently always seems to be overworked and having an issue. Just the fan comes on, really. It's not having an issue, but on my end, this is more of testing things out, but at some point planning on doing some semi-regular live streaming. I'm really having fun doing this, and I really look forward to doing this every day so far in the 5 days I've done it, including tonight, and it's just fun hanging out with you guys and talking about recording and generating ideas. We've been coming up with a lot of good ideas each night, and or each day, and so sorry if it's been a little sporadic, but like I said, don't worry if you missed anything. You can go back and watch them if you want. And at some point I'm going to be going back through them and finding like questions and making those into videos, less like extra videos for the channel. For instance, we're talking about 60s sound and having a 60s sound on your recording and how you achieve that. And I think that would just make a cool video, and take the 5-minute conversation we had about that and make that into a little short video that'll be released at some point. I'm just trying to bump up my release schedule and get more stuff out, and just get my process down as to how I'm making videos and what I'm making videos about. I'm working on a new channel trailer, which is pretty sweet. It should be coming out next Monday, so a week from today. I'm just working on what I want to say and how I'm going to do it, and which is a lot of fun. I think the old one, well, the first channel trailer, it's not that old, it's only a few months old, but it's just out of date already, so I need to update that. And but I think I'm going to have fun just doing those more often and incorporating some of the newer stuff we're doing in 2018. So I hope that gives you an idea. Let me make sure my stream health is doing good. You have to constantly check that. It seems like it may be not amazing, but I don't know, as long as you guys are still there and I'm not talking to myself, I think it's alright. I'm in orange right now, but cool. Well, if you guys have any questions, JMA, I see that you finally were able to catch this. Yo, Schizophrenic Mechanic, what's going on? Good to see you again. How's the stream health on your end? Is it doing good? Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's my wife in the background sneezing. Yeah, but Yeah, what are you guys up to? It's good to see you. Something else is here. Thanks for coming back. Stream sounds and looks good. All right, cool. That's why I'm doing this is just kind of to figure this whole thing out and figure out what's going on. JMA, I don't know if you were here for the cassette chain project. Oh snap! It's a good thing. I hope you feel better, schizophrenic. That's tough. Did you get your flu shot this year? I guess not if you have it. But I hope you feel better. That's no good. I hope this stream, I can send you some good vibes through the stream, and I hope you feel better. But thanks for tuning in. I hope you're in bed, just chilling. Um, but yeah, so I don't know if schizophrenic, you heard about the cassette chain project. I forget. There's been a lot of talk about it over the past couple streams, and they're all sort of blending together. So I don't remember who's been here, but I'm gonna put an email here. If you're interested in joining the cassette chain project, just send an email to Will. That's his email. He's kind of coordinating it. And basically, the cassette chain project, if you guys don't know about it, is this idea I think that Will came up with based on a Gear Sluts post where there were people who were sending around a tape to each other, basically, an actual cassette, and we're going to figure out like what instruments people are going to do, and then everybody's going to do one track. So, I would start with a drum track, and then I'd send it to Schizophrenic. And oh, okay, cool. All right, sweet. So you're already a part of that. JMA, if you're interested, and I think something else is here is already in there too. But if not, hit Will up, and we're gonna get on that. And the email chain is started, but we're still in a phase of coordinating the whole thing. And it's gonna start in Europe and that end of the world, and then we're gonna send it over to the States, probably to finish things up. Unless we got other worldwide viewers out there hiding in the shadows. But so depending on what hemisphere you're in, it'll depend on when you'll get the tape. But so that's the basic idea is we're gonna make one big tape with like a chain letter where I'll write something, you send it to somebody else, they write something on it, they send it to somebody else, etc. And we're gonna keep track of where it's been, take some pics when it gets to your location, and maybe put them in with the tape, or maybe we'll have like a little blog about it or something. And it's going to be cool. We're going to save the mix at each stage and save all the stems, and in case the tape gets lost or something. But basically, you pick an instrument, you'll get a track, and when the tape comes to you, you just listen to what was on there before you and do your thing on it. And we're going to, at the end of it, hopefully we have a really interesting and exciting song. And I think we're going to do a couple of these simultaneously. There's another one we're talking about doing a songwriting competition or something, and then recording somebody's song through it. So, but it'll be cool. We'll have like an experimental one where everybody just does their own thing, and then we'll have one that's, it'll be more based on a blueprint or something. But we're still in the planning phase. So, and same with the streams. I appreciate you guys coming out and hanging out with me. Like I said, I was having a lot of fun doing this, and I'm just trying to get the hang of the lighting and the audio, and eventually I see some people doing streams where they're like playing instruments and programming stuff, and I gotta figure out my setup in terms of the camera and sound. But for right now, I just want to like get the hang of setting it up, working on the encoder, and just getting used to talking like this, because it's an interesting experience I'd never really done before, and just trying to try some new things, and I'm trying to stick with something for a amount of time. Like I said, I'm going to be doing this, I guess, tonight and then 2 more nights, and then toward the end of the week I got something going on that I'll probably be away for a couple days, so I won't be able to stream, or maybe I will, depending on if I have a signal. I'm actually going up to my buddy's hunting cabin. It's off season, and we're going to record some music. We did it once before, and it was a freaking blast. So getting a couple guys together and bringing up some recording equipment, and we're going to just like literally play music in a cabin for 72 hours straight. So I'm going to document that, and that'll come out on the channel in some form. But in terms of streaming, I don't know if I have service. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere, but I think there might be service. So if there is and the signal's good, you can catch me up at the cabin. Hopefully it's not too cold. As a multi-instrumentalist, I'll just add whatever I think would benefit the song, even if it's just samples or sound effects or intro, outro. Yeah, exactly, exactly. It's totally up to you what you want to do with it. And that's the whole idea is everybody just gets a track and send it around, or I don't see why we couldn't do multiple tracks and bouncing, but I guess just for the sake of learning how to do it, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be really fun to try something like that. I've never been involved with anything like that, and that's something that's great about YouTube and YouTube Live and having the channel is that meeting all these people to collaborate with, and I see some of you guys talking in some of the streams about doing stuff and emailing each other. It's awesome. It's really cool to have like a community of like-minded people to share your interests with, and because I never really had that. It's strange like how globally I'm finding all these people like you guys that are into the same stuff I'm into, but locally it's a little harder. Aside from Jay, who's my buddy who has a studio, and a handful of other people, but it's sometimes hard to find collaborators or people who get where you're coming from, or people who have time to do what you want to do musically. So I mean, that's really a big reason why I started the channel too, was to have a creative outlet, as it was, because it's getting kind of jaded and burnt out about shows. If possible, you might want to video part of your recording session in the cabin for us YouTubies. If not, yeah, something else is here. That's Tim is actually going to be there. He's a guy that always lets me borrow stuff and is a good friend of mine, and he's one of the guys I'm going up there with, and he really wants to make some kind of, I guess, like more documentary type thing, and that's like very loosely, using the term documentary very loosely, but he really wants to document the experience, and I think that's going to be really cool. And I think I'm going to try to, if I have service and I can do it from my phone, which I haven't done yet. I have this live stream camera I got for Christmas, Secret Santa gifts from my friend Bill. I haven't tried streaming from the phone yet, and I see a lot of people doing that, so I have some ideas for that too. But yeah, I'm definitely going to document it for you guys and have some kind of video about it. And I'll try to live stream from there, even if it's for like a half hour or something, just to show you guys what we're doing and what's up. And I'll introduce you to all my friends that are coming to hang. So it's going to be cool. Probably some familiar faces and some new faces as well. And it's going to be a really cool thing. I'm really glad I had the time to like schedule that out, because just, everybody's schedules are crazy, and then with work and, taking off, and it's just like finally it's everybody gets older and it's harder to do stuff, so it's really cool that we're going to be able to go do that. The last time we did it was probably 2 or 3 years ago, and we said we were going to do it every year, and stuff comes up, so pretty excited. But I guess I started streaming on, what's today, Monday, Tuesday, so Wednesday I guess will be my 7th day in a row. I'm gonna stick to that. I'm just gonna do 7 days in a row. I'm not sure what time it's gonna be tomorrow, probably around afternoon or this time, so keep your eye on your phone. I'll try to schedule it a little bit more in advance, but collabing at the cabin, yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. Where are you from again, Mike? MS here, 100 miles from New Orleans. I love the idea of each person involved taking a photo with the cassette. Super cool. That's awesome, Schizophrenic. I'm in New York, actually, probably about 100 miles from this, New York City. So, yeah, I'm gonna take the cool photos around here. There's some really crazy like ice flows in the river right now. So, depending on when the tape gets here, I might have some winter escapes for you guys. But yeah, I think it's gonna be really cool to do that. Take some photos, or maybe we could have a blog or something, or somehow, or maybe we could just take photos and send them to the email chain, and then make some kind of Bandcamp or something with them. I don't know. Like, I think it'd be really cool to take pictures, and that was the idea too. I think Will was saying, was take pictures of the tape. Somewhere, if you're close to New Orleans, maybe you could go down there and take a picture of it somewhere, like with a beignet next to it or something. That would be really funny. Oh, Owen, what's up, dude? Thank you for joining us. Just a chill question. What are your what are some of your favorite lo-fi 4-track recordings other than what you've made? Oh, and that's a great question. Yeah, I guess there's always a certain nostalgia to it when you make your own stuff. But I would say that that Elliott Smith album, Roman Candle, I always really dug. A recent addition is there's like a Thermals album, which I never really listened to them all that much, but one of the tracks came up on Spotify, and I realized like this was definitely recorded on cassette. That's cool. I forget. I think it's called More Parts Per Million. I'm gonna be doing a review on that one too. Obviously, like Guided by Voices stuff is always awesome. That's been done on cassette, and just awesome band in general. Um, I really appreciate this, like our Stevie Moore and the stuff that they're doing, or he's done. I mean, I guess in like Ariel Pink and that whole area of dudes. Obviously, Mac DeMarco's stuff. I realized I think Rock and Roll Nightclub I think was on cassette. Um, what else? I mean, there's so many things. Like those are like more recent things that I've heard about. I know there's like a whole experimental scene of musicians that use cassettes, and that's something I wish I could get more into. I had a couple of friends back in the day that were in like noise bands and doing stuff on tapes with their recordings, and I think that's kind of where all that stuff originated, or where a lot of cassettes were still active was in like the noise scene, and obviously still today. But so I appreciate a lot of those type of recordings, even though I don't have many anymore, or access to them. But I'm trying to think what other albums. I know. I don't know. Like I think that's a pretty good list right now of like more recent stuff I've been checking out. Um, what kind of stuff? What are some of your favorite lo-fi recordings, Owen? Um, I'd have to really look through my CD collection and see. Um, yeah, dude, that's gonna be awesome, Schizophrenic Mechanic. I hope that answers your question. As I'm doing the stream tonight, I'll keep trying to think of other ones, because I know there's like other stuff that's gotten me into it. Um, so let me think about that some more. And because like you said, other lo-fi recordings, so those are really like tape recordings. But like Waves, the early stuff and some of the albums that are like more lo-fi was kind of interesting. I feel like that was a really big resurgence of lo-fi with that stuff. There's a lot of stuff on the West Coast. I think like Burger Records, all that stuff. That whole like universe of stuff. A lot of those garage rock acts. I really like the OCs too. I think they're amazing bands, and I like a lot of that garage stuff that's been recorded on there. Oh man, there's like a whole so many things, and I'm just like totally blanking right now. I'll remember them as we're doing this. But yeah, let me know what some of your favorite stuff is. I'm curious, and I'm wondering if those are stuff that you guys have heard of too. Oh yeah, we're Guided by Voices and also Rock and Roll Nightclub. Yeah, man. There's just something about like the quality of the recordings. Yo, Colin, what's going on? Oh man, yeah, we got a lot of stuff. Oh yeah, Ty Segall. That's right, totally. Totally. I would say good starter album is B Lanes, or no, Alien Lanes. I'm sorry. Um, I like the more poppier Guided by Voices stuff. PJ Harvey did a 4-track album. It's pretty. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is a really good album too. I'm kind of a garage dude, so I appreciate a lot of earlier stuff. He knows his way. Yeah, yeah. I mean, oh shit, is my stream dropping out? I'm getting it's getting a red thing here. Hey, if you're still there, I'm trying to get the stream back up. It looks like it's having a hard time here. Let me close out some of this shit on my computer. Um, yeah, you guys still there? Trying to get the stream back up and running. Yeah, I don't know what's going on right now with this. I don't know if it's something to do with my internet. Okay, I think I'm back at good health. I don't know what happened. Closed out of some stuff on my computer. I don't know if that's what it was. My computer's freaking out. And this is why this is a test, you know. I'm just trying to get this thing figured out. It looks like we're back and good. I'm gonna try to keep this open just so I can monitor it. But sorry that it dropped out there for a second. Let me if you just joined us, we're having some technical difficulties. We had a little bit of a stream drop out. And I'm just trying to get things back in order here. We've been talking music, we've been talking favorite lo-fi albums, we've been talking about the Cassette Chain project. And this is Mike from 424recording.com. If you're just joining us, I think we're back. Still here, didn't really mess up for me. Hey Dakota, what's up? Okay, cool. Because it said that it stopped or that it was archiving, but now it seems like it's back and we're still going. So I don't know what the deal with that is, but I think we're good now. So I'm just going to keep this open on here to monitor it. All right, hey Will, what's going on, man? We had some dropout there for a second. I was telling people to email you about the Cassette Chain project earlier. So just so you know, you might get a couple more emails. I was telling some of the guys about it, and I think everybody's pretty much on board. So, hey Dakota, how you doing? I'm glad to hear it didn't mess up. I'm back. 5 seconds of dropout. Cool. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I'm sorry. My internet's been a little weird lately. I was trying to fix that actually the other day. I had it. The router was just like completely dropped out. I don't know what happened. I think I have like an Xbox that connects to like Netflix and stuff, and I think that can sometimes trip it out because it always needs to be reset. So I wound up having to hardwire that. So maybe I'll try to hardwire this in the future. Yo, Marathons, what's up? I'm glad you heard that have that functional 424. Email Will. I'll put his email. This guy. I think he's here. So. But you know, if anybody's into it, that's Will's email. Hit him up with an email about the Cassette Chain project. Yeah, we're just kind of hanging out tonight, talking about lo-fi albums. We just got into a discussion about, and you know, garage rock stuff, West Coast stuff. Oh yeah, there's the thread on the forum too. If you guys want to join the forum, it's 424recording.com/forum. I think a lot of you guys are members already, but there's a thread on there about it. So about the Cassette Chain project. So but I wanted to get the word out there a little bit more. Will, I don't know, when do you think we'll have some idea of when we're going to start that up? You know, are we waiting to get more people? What's your plan for it? Because I'm probably going to make a video and just let people know that we're doing it. But yeah, so fifth night in a row, and we're just chilling, hanging out, testing this out. I got to figure out why that dropped out like that. I apologize. My connection just must not be the best. Now it seems okay, strangely enough. I don't know if it was just something I had open. I didn't really have much open, but it seems okay now, so... Owen, is it worth buying a new 424 or trying to find someone to repair it? My headphone jack has been messed up for a while now, sad times. Yeah, that sounds cool, Will. I would definitely be down for starting that, because it's going to take a while to get around to people, so that sounds awesome. And if people miss it or, you know, people hear about it, we'll just do another one, you know. Yeah, I would try to repair that, especially that issue, Owen. because that seems like something you could have repaired easily because you at least you know exactly what the issue is with it. Yeah, yeah, I would definitely try to repair it. Where are you located, Owen? Because there's a couple reputable places in New Jersey, or there's one in New Jersey, and we also heard about one that's on the West Coast as well that you could bring your 4-track to get repaired. Or if you know somebody like Jay, he's kind of my guitar tech slash studio owner dude who just knows his way around. He just tinkered with so many things and pulled different things apart. So if you have somebody like that you can trust, I would say bring it to them, or I can give you, or on the forum even, there's a couple service centers. There's this, I think there's a service center thread about places you could bring your 4-track to get repaired. And I think you may even be able to mail them. Yeah, yep. Dakota, I think we're the person that I think Dakota is referring to, or maybe there's another one. It was like an authorized Tascam dealer, I don't know, maybe 10, 20 years ago, and they still repair all that stuff. Oops, dropped something. And yeah, there's a link on the forum about it. I will try to find that if we don't find it during this session, and I'll email it to you or something. But yeah, I would say if you know, it was cheaper for me to buy another Porter one than to send it to get fixed. Yeah, I guess it depends what you have and how good a shape it's in, Owen. But I would say that since you know what the issue is and you can, because that shouldn't be too hard of a fix if you can bring it to somebody who knows how to fix it. You should do an old school AOL ASL for the youngsters. Haha, yeah. I'm in Massachusetts area. I think my friend's dad is going to take a look at it. He worked on a few of them back in the day. Yeah, it sounds like he might be a good person to know, especially in terms of the, like I said, the headphone jack. That should be a pretty easy fix if you have the part. I would imagine it's as simple as, the trickiest part is honestly going to be getting the machine apart and putting it back together. But I think the actual repair itself will not be that tough. If you know how to solder, it shouldn't be that difficult. What I had trouble, yeah, exactly what Marathon said. Yep, it might be easier to find a headphone jack as opposed to the panning pot. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, there's so many. The machines are so rife with all of these problems. I don't know. It's like almost. I wish they could have been made a little simpler and a little more less cheaply made, because that's the biggest complaint, and that's the biggest thing Jay had said about my machine when he was fixing it, was that unfortunately, really cool machines, but they didn't make them with the they didn't make them they made them cheaply. They didn't make them with resiliency in mind or long-term thinking in mind. So unfortunately, things tend to go bad on them. Yeah, that you could do that too. Like Will suggests, if you get another one and just use it for parts. You see a lot of them pop up on eBay, untested ones that either they don't have the power adapter, or people just get them at like an estate sale and they don't know how to test it and they're just like for sale. I think you got to be careful with some of those, because I think some of those people do know that they don't work and they just say that they don't work and then try to sell them, or say because a lot of people on eBay can do stuff like that where they use that as an excuse as to why they didn't test it because they don't know how. And I don't want to sound like really cynical, but I just know that does happen. So just buyer beware. People say that they didn't test it, but they really just know it doesn't work. So for parts of repair, but maybe sometimes you can find ones that are in good shape and the person genuinely doesn't know how to test it. But there's a lot out there for parts and repair, so that I think you can find. I got super lucky and found one on Reverb. Not trying to rub it in, just letting you guys know that good ones do come along now and then. Yeah, that's true. There are some really good ones out there. Seems like they made a lot of Porta Studios with high schoolers. Yeah, high schoolers in mind. Headphone jack basically isn't keeping sound consistently. I'm assuming it's worn or needs to be cleaned or something. I'm sort of naive and young to work with the machines. Yeah, I would be really wary to work on these yourself too, Owen, if you don't have any experience, because in one of the earlier videos I talk about how my friend and I, who my friend had one, and we used it to record some of the early stuff we did when I was younger, and something happened to it. I don't remember the exact issue, but we wound up taking it apart, trying to fix it or clean it out, and then, like I said, it's like Humpty Dumpty. We could never get the thing back together again, and it was just shot. I think it's probably either in a dumpster somewhere, in a landfill, or it's just sitting in my friend's house or attic or closet, and just it was just never the same after we took it apart. So, if there was something like a simple pedal or something that could be troubleshot and there were schematics online, then I would say like go for it. But since these are more complicated and they're tough to take apart and really get back together. There's a lot of wires. Like once you get all the screws out, that if you don't put them back the right way, you can really mess some stuff up in there. Um, Thanks, Owen. Thanks for watching, man. I appreciate that. Is there a sticky thread on the forums with sites for replacement parts and stuff? Um, Marathons, there is a thread on the forum about service centers. I remember starting one. I'm gonna have to eventually go through there and maybe reorganize stuff a little bit better. When I first made the forum, uh, you know, when I made the site, I don't know, less than a year ago, I was still learning how to code, and when I set up the forum, I didn't really understand some of the topics and thread aspects of it. So now I think with my new knowledge, I think I'm going to go back and kind of revamp move some stuff around if it's not too hard to do. But there is a thread somewhere on the forum. I'm actually going to go onto the forum right now and figure out. I'm going to link up that thread really quick. So just bear with me. I'm going to be surfing the web. This is really exciting. You guys can watch me surf the web. All right, what do we got? Is it under this one? Okay. No, that's tapes. So I'm on the forum right now. I know there's a way I could show you guys what I'm doing right now, but 4-track discussion. Okay, so here's the link to the chain project on the thread. This is that's the chain project thread. Now let me see. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, everybody is really helpful here. It is really rad. This is a really great group of people in this community, man. This is fucking sick. It's so awesome to have so many people contributing to helping everybody out and coming up with great ideas, and it's great to have a place to do this with this hobby, because it doesn't seem like there's a lot. Oh, hey, Ruben, you snuck in, huh? You said, can you recommend a mixer to use for a Tascam 424 Mark 1? What are you trying to do with the mixer, Ruben? Is the mixer not working on the Mark 1 that you have? Or are you looking to use like the sub input? And while Ruben is thinking about that, I'm just going to I'm going to check on the stream health. That looks good. And I'm going to find the service center thread really quickly. I think it's in general 4-track discussion. But see, there's so many threads in this area. But then, okay, East Coast Repair Center. Oh yeah, I think this is it. New Jersey Factory Service.com/home. Now I just got to find the thing here. This is the New Jersey Repair Center. I don't know. I hope those links work. I'll just click on it and see. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, that seems like they work. So those are the two things. Owen, or anybody else who's looking for a repair center on the East Coast. My buddy Matt from Brooklyn. He has a studio down there. He recommended bringing stuff to that New Jersey repair center. And I think they have like a pretty simple website there that you can contact them through. So that's pretty cool. I think I linked it. Oh yeah, I said that exact same thing in the thread, of course. And then there's another place on the West Coast. I think it's Digitron. No, wait. It might be. No, scratch that. I will have to look back. It's somewhere in one of the videos. My buddy David Paul, also has a cool YouTube channel where he does a lot of 4-track stuff and just recording techniques, and he's also just a fabulous guitar player and singer. He recommended the place on the West Coast. I'm gonna have to find that. I'm not exactly sure where it is. I'm gonna have to. I'll add it to the forum as well at some point. Ruben, okay, I want to use XLRs to mic up drum set versus getting XLR to 4-inch cable. Okay, cool. I don't know. I would say like any cheap mixer that's gonna have enough inputs that you need, depending on what your drum setup is. You know, if you're just looking to do a simple setup with like 4 mics, you know, I would just get like a Yamaha or a Soundcraft, you know, Mackie. Like any of those mixers are pretty good in terms of being really simple and I think readily available. You could probably borrow someone or get one for like $100 or less. And don't forget, you could also use a second 4-track because the 4-tracks are just mixers and cassette machines. That's what I use. I have a 424 and a 424 Mark III, and that's kind of what I've been using them to do, is kind of using one as a mixer to record into the other one, which I should really do a video on soon because that's really cool. But yeah, I'd say there should be a lot of cheap mixers out there that you could find. That technology has really come down in price, and there's so many companies making them. So, but yeah. What is your budget, I guess, but I would just try to get one that's going to work for that's going to have XLR inputs because it sounds like you have XLR cables, and then, you know, depending on how many inputs you want to do, you may even be able to find one at like a local club or something that they could let you borrow, or, you know, so around in my area there was a couple places that would let bands record in the pub or in the bar and use the equipment in terms of their mixers and stuff if you wanted to do like a live thing. But just as an idea, if you don't have the cash or the cheddar to get one, you might be able to find one from somebody or a venue or something that'll let you borrow it, or maybe even let you record there. It's just a matter of really asking. So yeah, I would say any mixer that has, because you're going to want to go into the sub input. Wait, does the 424 have a sub input? I forget. Basically, you're going to want one that has XL RCAs are out, or that you can get your mix from the 424 or the mixer to the 424. What are you guys up to? You guys, Dakota, only use Type 2. They are more resilient and won't harm your 4-track. Yeah, I would get some. I guess I missed the question. I'm sorry, Dakota. But thank you, Schizophrenic Mechanic, for fielding that. Yeah, I would say I can, and on the forum too, I'll just send you the thread. Or I might even have to update it because National Audio Company, I think, changed their website here. Because I had a couple links on here, but I don't know. Somebody said that they changed them. Let's see if this works. Oh yeah, page not found. Damn. Okay, I'm gonna have to. Let me just find it really quick for you, Dakota, and I'll just link it. The ones that I get and then I used for the giveaway. Because a lot of people, I think this link has been changing, or it looks like they updated their site, which is really cool. But now I can't find the tapes. Oh, here they are, $7.99. Okay, cool. And I would get these 60-minute ones. So these are the ones I'd recommend. They're a little more pricey, but they're really good. It's really good tape, and it's new stock. And they just start. It looks like they just started making these new ones. So let me just find the chat here. I'm gonna have to get like another screen or something. I think I can hook this up to my TV, and I'll have like the chat on one, and then maybe I could have the screen in the background, the TV, and then to see stuff. Or maybe I can figure it out with my computer. But my computer is like having a fit. That link I just put there, Dakota, is to the company that I've actually partnered with on a giveaway that we did on the channel back when the channel hit 424 subscribers. I reached out to the National Audio Company, and they're based in the States, and they're like one of the last. I think they are the last company that produces cassettes, and they also do duplication too if you're looking to get stuff duplicated, like your band stuff or whatever. But they're really good tapes. I mean, they're it's like $45 for 10 of them, so you figure $4.50 a tape and then shipping. But they'll last you a long time, and they're really that's all. And all the videos, that's all I ever use, and so that's why I just on a whim I decided, I didn't think they would get back to me, but they're a really nice company. And full disclosure, they provided the tapes for the giveaway, so I didn't get any kind of like kickback or anything. I'm not getting a kickback for recommending them, and I just really love the product, and that's what I've always used pretty much. And I think it's one of those things where if you pay a little bit more now for better tapes, it'll just do you much better in the long run. But I don't know, your mileage may vary. I don't want to like completely say that that's the way to do it, but that's the way I've always done it, and it's always worked out well. And I don't mind supporting just like a cool, great company that has a great product. So, talking about lo-fi songs, there's one called Seabird by the Alessi Brothers, which I'm digging at the moment. They recorded it in their parents' basement on a 4-track in the 70s. Whoa, I've never heard of that. I'm gonna write that down in my. I've been keeping notes here about all the live streams, because there's always so many good ideas flowing here, and I have so many things I need to check out. So this is 122, and that's Alessi Bros. Oh yeah, totally Ween stuff. Yes. The Pod. Seabird. That's cool, Will. I'm gonna check that out. Yeah, I highly recommend checking out The Pod if you guys haven't, by Ween. It's Ween is a very strange and very amazing band, I think. Very fun, and it takes a little bit of time to get past some of the humor, I guess, but I enjoy them. I think they're really talented guys, and I've seen some really cool interviews with Dean and Gene Ween, and I'll see if I can post one of the videos. But that's kind of also where I've heard, they were on a talk show one time playing one of their songs, and they were asking them about why they used the 4-track, because that was their thing for a while. And I think Dean said, he's like, you got to make sure your song's really good if all you have is 4 tracks, and that always really stuck with me, and that's something I always say about on the channel all the time, and it's just so true too. You can really boil down. That's the beauty, as we all know. We've been saying so many times that the beauty is in the simplicity, and not only beauty, but also the challenge, and that challenge makes you better at coming up with your song, and figuring out how to write a better song by utilizing less. Less is more. Less is more. I almost said more is less, and then that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, Ween were definitely way ahead of their time. Oh yeah, that's a really good point. Schizophrenic. Don't use anything higher than 60 Dakota, because the 60-minute tapes are a little bit thicker. So as the tapes, as you get to like 90-minute tapes, 120-minute tapes, um, the tape is thinner and it's prone to breaking and stretching, and it's just not it's not as resilient if with all the rewinding and fast forwarding and stuff. So and 60-minute tapes will, if you use that on the highest speed, um, will only give you about 15 minutes of recording time per tape too. So that's important to note. So you're now, oh yeah, and then also because the tape is, you're using both sides of it at the same time, because side A and side B, that's where you get the 4 tracks from, the stereo channels. So just keep that in mind. 60-minute tape is going to give you 15 minutes, but that's why it's so easy to be like, well, I'll just use a 90-minute tape so that I can bump up my time, or a 120-minute tape. Basically, you divide by 4, but you know, because you think, oh yeah, well, I'll get so much more time out of this, but in the long run, again, you might lose your tape, or it'll just break down in your machine. You have to clean your machine a lot more. I wouldn't recommend. Yeah, definitely, Schizophrenic Mechanic is on point. Definitely, I wouldn't use anything above 60. Yeah, we were definitely pioneers. Gracias. Cheap is always good. Gonna scope out on Craigslist for Yamaha. Your videos are awesome, man. Inspired me to get working on some. Dude, that's awesome, Ruben. Thank you so much for being here on the stream. That makes my day, man. I'm so glad to hear that. It's like a big reason I wanted to start the channel that I've been talking about in the live stream. Is just I want to inspire other creative people to do their thing, and I'm just having so much fun having this as a creative outlet, meeting all you guys, and I really appreciate you stopping by and asking a question. That's awesome, and I'm glad to help. My pleasure. So, thank you so much, and I hope you find a good mixer to use with your 4-track, and a cheap one at that. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check that album out, the Alessi Brothers. I never heard of that, which is, I mean, not that I've heard of everything, but I've heard of a lot of stuff. So I'm surprised that I haven't heard of that. I'm excited to check that out. Um, I think Owen, we were talking about lo-fi recordings. I do really like the Ween stuff as well. I highly recommend checking out the Pod. Um, there's some really crazy stuff on that, and just some of the effects they use is nuts, and they really play around with slowing down the tape and stuff like that. So I would definitely check it out if you're into more experimental stuff, and especially with the 4-track, and hearing some really creative stuff. But it's gonna test your metal. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, it's a sick album. Yeah, guys, this is great. Looks like the stream health is good. Um, I'm glad that that's actually working now. Um, I gotta find out why that happens. I'm gonna have to. I have an older computer that has a Ethernet port. I might try to just start going straight into my modem. I'm wondering if something like that has to do with it. I don't know. I'm gonna have to just keep researching and keep trying this out. I appreciate you guys all being here tonight too. I know these are kind of off the cuff, and I have kind of an idea of what we're going for, but there's just a lot. It's a lot of fun. That's the kind of reason I keep coming out too. Is even though I don't always have a plan for these, it's just fun to hang out and talk and like discover new stuff, like the Alessi Bros. That sounds cool, and always glad, always grateful to take some questions and just talk 4-tracks, man. Talk lo-fi recording. I really need to get back into finishing my album. Speaking of lo-fi recording, I don't know. It's been a tough. It's been really busy, which is never a good excuse. It's a really lazy excuse to say that. It's really not. It's not that I have been too busy. It's that I haven't made it a priority to finish it, and I guess it's kind of afraid to finish it. I need to take my own advice, like in the perfectionism video. I'm just not afraid of failing, but I really need to just find the time and prioritize the time to finish this album I'm working on. And I guess that's like a thing everybody struggles with. I'm sure you guys have all gone through that as well with stuff you're working on, and you know, so I don't know. I got to get back into that myself, but I'm excited to work on some new stuff, and I want to try live streaming and working on stuff on the live stream. We were talking about the song challenge, and scheduling out a day. I think once I do these 7 live streams, I'm going to take some time to reflect on my live streaming career thus far and figure out how to go about doing that, because I know that there's some kind of devices you can get where it'll record the sound better, or go into some kind of I don't know, like heart or like master unit that'll take in all the sound and you can mix stuff. So there's a lot of possibilities with this. I guess it's just going to take time, like anything else. It's like anything else new. Yeah, you guys are doing your own thing. This is awesome. I'm glad to be able to facilitate the convo. Let me take a sip here. I'm getting parched. Awesome. Let's simply see what you guys have been talking about. Has anybody got into reverse reverb on drums on the 4-track? I have not gotten into that. I really should. That's something I got to do. Reverse drums. I think you suggested that before, Will, and I need to really get on that. There's like so many ideas for the channel that I need to do. It's crazy. It's crazy. I feel like I could work on doing stuff for the channel just like all the waking hours and still not get all the ideas done. It's insane. It's awesome. It's so good. I love the productivity. That's something else too with the live streams, is maybe we could do things like that where one live stream will just be, I'll just set it up and it'll be, let's try to do reverse drums and see what happens, Trial by fire, try to figure it out. I think that could be really cool, doing techniques like that. Been messing around with running my Digitakt RV7 into the effects send. That sounds cool. Marathons. You may only get 15 minutes per cassette, but it's worth it. The extra resilience and sound quality. That's a good point. That's true. The sound quality is better on the shorter time tapes. Depending on how long your songs typically are, you can get a few on one tape. Yeah. A lot of the songs I was writing were pretty short too, so a 15-minute tape, I mean, that could almost be half your album if you write a 30-minute album, So, and depending on how long your songs are, and if your songs are only 2 minutes a song or 3 minutes a song, you can get like 5 songs on that. It's pretty good. Guess it depends how much you're recording. Oh, you've tried it on guitars, Marathons? That sounds cool too. I'm gonna have to do a series of just like reverse instruments, reverse drums, guitars. That sounds cool. Reverse series. That's something I've never really experimented with on the 4-track, and it seems like a no-brainer because I feel like it's pretty easy to do. So, good call. Yeah, Ruben, welcome. Thank you, Schizophrenic Mechanic. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I hope you feel better, Schizophrenic. Sucks that you got the flu, man. And thank you. You're a big part of making this a positive place too, so thank you. Live streams can be limitless as far as what you want to do on them, depending on time available. Yeah, that's something something else is here. That's something I've been realizing is that I've watched live streams and partaken in them, and that seems to be the gist. And now that I'm doing them, at first I thought I had to be like completely on point the entire time, and now I'm realizing no, like I could set it up and be working on stuff or chatting and then working on something, or and it's just so exciting because I was boxing myself into the idea of just like YouTube videos and the tutorial videos and stuff. I think that's really cool and a great aspect of YouTube and doing that. But the live streaming thing is like unreal. It's like I mean, I'm super pumped to always make the videos, but even live, I'm like super pumped to always do live streaming now too. It's like so fun to come out here. It's like I was saying yesterday, it's like I'm gonna spend time on the internet today, so I might as well spend it doing something fun and talking to a community of people that are into the same stuff I'm into, learning new stuff about what I love to do, and that's music and listening to music and 4 tracks and lo-fi recording. It's just like a no-brainer. It's like it's so awesome to be able to just fucking hang out and hang 10 and talk recording, and it's like love it. But yeah, that's so awesome, like how limitless they can be, because I think you can do up to like 8 hours per stream or something. So literally I could go to like Jay's studio or set up in my room somehow, the setup with the camera, and then just go to town for however long and record and check in with you guys, and we could all be working on stuff in our own houses or whatever with the stream on, and then checking in, and working on, because that was like another idea with the song challenge, was do like a 3 hour block, 3 hour live stream that would be just 3 hours of a complete song from conception to recording. So that could be really cool. Break every rule. That's the way of the innovator. Hell yeah, man! I love that. Yeah, we got a lot of experiments to run. This has been a very it's been a very it's always a very educational time. That's what I think. That's part of what I crave when I since I've been doing these. Is like I feel like every time I set this up and talk to you guys and hang out with you guys, I'm like learning stuff, and it's like I feel like that's what it's all about, man. It's what life's all about, just continuing to experience and learn new things. It's like it's freaking awesome. But I'm gonna have to be wrapping up soon, because I said that I was only gonna do an hour, and that's something I need to get better at, is sticking to the amount of time that I've set aside to do the things that I need to do. Because since I've been doing live streaming, I have to admit I've been late to other commitments. I've been missing other commitments. I've been pushing other commitments to the side. So I gotta say, I got a little bit of a live streaming addiction. So I'm gonna need to stick to my plan tonight and call it here. I can't believe that was already an hour doing this. I feel like I could do this for a long time, for hours, for multiple hours. Like that felt like 15 minutes, literally. So I guess tomorrow I'm gonna plan on coming back through. I don't know. Yeah, I gotta do that, man. Cause thanks, Dakota. I appreciate that. I gotta really stick to what I'm supposed to be doing. And I allotted a block of time to do this tonight, and then I had a lot of other time to do other things. So appreciate all you guys coming out, hanging out with me tonight. What do you guys think about some sort of, should I have an email list, or is there a way that you guys get notified when the streams come on? Maybe I could send out like an email blast, like letting you know that I'm going to be streaming. I'm just trying to figure out what the best way to, let you guys know, because some of you guys say you're missing it or want to come to the stream but don't know when they're happening. So I'll have to figure out the best way to do that, or maybe if I gotta work on my Twitter or something. I don't know. I think there might even be a way to do it through YouTube, but I don't know. Hit me up at 424recording@gmail.com if you're interested in getting on some kind of email list about the live streams. I think eventually I'm going to be scheduling them out, much like the Monday, Wednesday, Friday videos I have that are, the tutorial type videos. I think eventually I'm going to say, Tuesdays is going to be live streaming day, and we're going to be at this time between these hours to do whatever. But until that happens, I'd say just keep an eye out for me the next couple days. It's going to be in the afternoon sometime or evening, and YouTube sends a notification through the app if you're subscribed. Oh, okay. I will look into that YouTube reminders thing. I gotta figure that out. It's one thing I'm not the greatest at, is like social media and this kind of stuff. YouTube notifications. But I do have to get going. Thank you guys so much for coming out again. It's so good to see you guys. Owen, Schizophrenic Mechanic, Ruben, thank you for joining us tonight. Dakota, something else is here. Will, all you dudes, thank you so much for coming out, as always. I don't think I forgot anybody. Oh, JMA, if you're still chilling. Marathons, it's so good to see you guys. I see you guys all the time on the comments and stuff. Colin, I think, stopped by for a little bit. Yeah, good to see all you guys. I'm glad you guys caught the stream. Thank you guys, all you repeat offenders who have been coming to the streams. And if you missed any of the streams, they're all archived on the channel. If you just need more 424 recording, you can check it out. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, you nerd. Godspeed, my friends. Oh, I got a push notification when you start streaming. Also get one via email. Oh, so I guess it's already, okay, so maybe it's already doing that. Yo, thanks for coming out. Someday in the future we should all meet up somewhere. It would be dope to, yeah, I want to do some kind of either like 4-track fest or something. I think would be really cool to do, so that's down the line. Pete, 12,000, you just joined. You just missed the whole stream, bro. We're closing up shop right now. But I appreciate you coming out and hanging out. We're going to be coming back on tomorrow, probably around the same time. So if you want to get notifications, subscribe. As I was just informed that it tells you when I'm streaming. It's all good, dude. Next time. Yes, Trackfest is going to be sick. We're going to do something. But yeah, stay involved with the channel. Come to the streams, comment. Let me know you're out there. You'll definitely know when 4-Track Fest happens. It's brewing, as I should say. We might be able to meet up at Jay's or something, or rent out a place to hang out, or I don't know. We'll figure something out. It's gonna be awesome. Yes, 424 Track Fest. Yes. Guys, thank you so much for coming out. Check out the Patreon if you're interested. I'm going to be upgrading or updating some of that stuff. What else? There's shirts if you want. All the links are on my page, I guess. Let me see. I think like over here. Join the forum if you're interested. And thank you guys all for coming out once again. I'm going to throw on the exit music and wish you guys a good night. So thank you guys once again for all coming out. I hope to see you tomorrow. And my cat's freaking out, so I guess it's time to go. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, you nerd. Godspeed, my friend. Have a great night. Do something you want to do tonight. Whether that's make some music, eat some good food, go for a walk. I don't know. It's up to you. Just do something you want to do. Alright, guys. Peace.
Trying to rock it in the basement of the crowd. Call the cops, staying up. There's a stripper in the corner waking up. Keep it on the down low. Candy cane, safe sex. I got this brand new flavored cigarette. Keep it on the down low. With a magic marker, keep it on a down low. Red lips, double feature, making out underneath the bleachers. You're a charm, you're a